News, we're news for business people.
Welcome to this special show on Bloomberg Quint. I'm Tamanna Inamdar. The Global Entrepreneurship Summit 2017 promised to be a representation of young entrepreneurs and people who think differently from around the world, especially women entrepreneurs. Well, on day 0, we had a chance to meet a number of such people. Of course, it was full of VVIPs and dignitaries with Prime Minister Modi and Ivanka Trump, daughter of President Donald Trump, as well as advisor to him, kicking off the ceremonies. They spoke about how entrepreneurship can truly transform lives, with Ivanka Trump also speaking about the Prime Minister's own transformation over his life. Do listen in.
Those who think ahead of that time are sure to be misunderstood. Most entrepreneurs would be familiar with this. The power to think differently and ahead of the time for the betterment of mankind is what sets entrepreneurs apart. I see that power in India's young generation today. I see 800 million potential entrepreneurs who can work towards making the world a better place. Our government has taken several steps to improve the business environment. The jump in India's ranking in the World Bank's Ease of Doing Business report from 142 to 100 in 3 years is a result of this initiative.
From your childhood selling tea to your election as India's Prime Minister, you've proven that transformational change is possible. And now you're bringing that promise to hundreds of millions of people across your country. Thank you. As President Trump said earlier this year, India has a true friend in the White House. It's incredible to be in this ancient city brimming with transformative technology. Now, your tech centers may even outshine your world-famous biryani. Scientists are discovering medical cures and life-saving technologies. Your engineers and your architects have built modern wonders that grace your skies. And Indian spacecraft have traveled to the moon and to Mars. The people of India inspire us all.
Among the many big corporate faces here at GES 2017 was Sunil Kant Munjal, chairman of Hero Enterprises, who also spoke about how crucial it is for women entrepreneurs to find their voice and their place in the world.
For long, many of us have been saying this is smarter half of India, which is underutilized in business. I mean, they are doing so many other things which are valuable, but the same energy also applied to business. It not just supplement, it actually adds something special. And so I think this is absolutely brilliant that we have this opportunity and we have such a large number of women participating, not just from India, but literally from around the world.
Now, what is distinctive about the GES, or the Global Entrepreneurship Summit this year, is its focus on women entrepreneurs, with over 50% of the delegates being women. Now, I had a chance to speak to three very interesting women entrepreneurs, one from Bolivia, one from Cuba, and one from Palestine. Listen into their experiences on breaking stereotypes.
Empower girls and women through innovation, entrepreneurship, and technology.
Is it really tough for women entrepreneurs in Bolivia to build their own businesses? Can you share that experience?
Well, it's tough to create a startup because of all the paperwork related to the country, but when you have one, I believe that there's a lot of support, especially in entrepreneurship and founding.
Marta Rodriguez is joining us from Cuba. Tell us about your business, your idea, Marta.
I have 3 businesses in Cuba. I have an accounting firm, and I have a business magazine, and I have a messenger company. Yeah.
Okay. What about you, ma'am? Shireen Alan from Palestine?
From Palestine. My name is Shireen, okay, but from Anata Cultural Center organization. Related to heritage culture, I think that it's good chance for for this summit to re-employ the information I will get it in my business. We need the new channels to market, to open market for our products. Palestine is rich in cultural heritage, but no chance or no economy because of the political situation or cultural situation. This is a lot of challenges. I hope if I can do a new good for my Palestine, for my country. Thank you.
I just want to ask all of you ladies a question about a conversation point globally after the entire Me Too string of tweets, when a lot of people, especially in the United States of America, have been talking about sexual harassment in the workplace. Do you have any thoughts on how, through your businesses, you can build safer environments for women to work in? Marta, would you like to speak on that?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm as a woman, I try to empower and I try to support women also. When I started my business, we started all women. And that was like that until this year that I hired a man. But it was, it wasn't on purpose, but at the same time, I wanted to support women. And yes, I mean, we have to help each other. We as women, we know the problems that we have to face day by day. Women, the presence in the house, the children, the family. So we know how it works. So we have the empathy. So it's better for them. I mean, for women to work with other women because we understand each other. Yeah.
But women should ideally have equal opportunity in all places, whether they're other women or other men. How do you, as owners of businesses and entrepreneurs, ensure that?
Well, we ask for a seat at the table. So we want to break all the ceiling, the glass ceiling, and by having a seat on the table, we want to create solutions because 70% of Facebook is organized about women, but they are users. So we want to create creators of technology. When women create solutions of the world, we can speak about having more impact in the different aspects of the world.
Right. And what about you, Shireen? What has your experience been with equality in the workplace? People might assume that you work under difficult circumstances, or women in your country work under difficult circumstances.
I think we have to send the message for all the world that Palestine have cultural heritage, rich cultural heritage, have the women was, okay, they have skills in crafts, or they have a lot of skills in many fields, but the political situation or similar circumstances is very difficult, but we have to say, we have to work, we have to stay alive as we deserve. So we will work.
One of the youngest delegates here at GES is a 13-year-old boy who has 5 apps to his credit. What is wonderful about this kid is that he really truly believes he can change the world and is already beginning to do so.
I have 5 apps. 4 of those are about litter and the harms it does to the oceans and environment. And the other one is about autism and strategies to deal with it.
So why the focus on autism?
Well, mainly because 1% of the world has autism. I have autism, my dad has autism, and people with autism are usually mistreated because not that many people are aware of autism. So I'm trying to get that awareness out and close that gap of treating people with autism like monsters. My plans with my apps is I'm currently working on a virtual reality game, and it's about crossing the road simulator, because people that have autism struggle crossing the road, and kids in general have a hard time crossing the road since transportation is the leading injury in children, and I'm trying to reduce that amount.
So how would you do that? How would that app help reducing injuries crossing the road?
Okay, what I'm doing is that I'm putting a kid, like I'm making you be like a kid in like a scenario of being a kid, and you have to cross the road to get to your destination, and there's going to be cars, driving by, and you got to avoid the cars to get to the destination, which will be signified by a waving turtle.
What are you hoping to get out of GES?
Well, just make new partnerships, find new people that can help me or I can help them.
A distinct feature of some of the entrepreneurs who found a platform here at GES to showcase their work was the focus on social businesses. Ideas which can really change people's life. And here comes in the AmbuPod, basically a mini ambulance which can work in the narrowest lanes and in rural India and costs 1/5 the price of a full-scale ambulance.
We basically want to take quality-based healthcare 24/7 to every village in India. Every villager, Indian, deserves quality care, right? With this healthcare platform basically provides 24/7 ambulance services, number 1. Number 2, daily clinics in the morning. You can walk in there and see a doctor and get your treatment and medicines. And it's also what is called a telemedicine center. That means you can connect with doctors far off. And best of all, the costs are almost 1/5 to as less as 1/10 the cost that you would pay in the cities.
So explain the cost difference and what is its USP?
The USP is that it's a narrow track vehicle. That means it can go down very narrow tracks in villages or in cities, for example. In Delhi, you get stuck in traffic. I've had patients who died in the ambulance because they couldn't get through. That would not happen because you can take this and actually drive into small pathways or go onto, if necessary, the side or the pavement and reach the hospital quickly. Plus, we must remember that this is a full ambulance. It's a micro ambulance, but it takes one patient and it can provide to you all the necessities for taking care of the patient. For example, you can give the patient oxygen, you can do suction, you can provide the resuscitation that is required, you can do an ECG, everything is available, as you can see the equipment out here.
It has to be hooked to another vehicle and then driven along.
The beauty of the whole thing is that this is self-contained. It can be hooked to any vehicle, a motorcycle, a scooter, a car, an auto rickshaw, even a pack of dogs. You put sledges below and it runs in snow. Yes, nothing else will run in the snow. And right now, we understand that the government wants to have electrified vehicles. So our next model is a completely electric model, solar powered, meaning we do not need even 1 ounce of fuel. It'll run purely on solar power. That's what we like to give to our people in the villages.
Just one question, Dr. Lavanian. I'm looking at this. Are patients really going to fit in here?
Absolutely. We have had patients fitting in, but you got definitely a point in your mind, because we have people who are very tall, and for those kind of people, our next model is going to be larger in size, is going to be higher, and is going to be lighter. It will not look so beautiful probably, but it's going to be larger, lighter, and obviously faster.
Now, are these being used anywhere, or is this a prototype?
No, this is the first prototype. It's taken us 4 years on this journey. We got a patent on it because it doesn't exist anywhere in the world today.
Well, this next big idea is for all of you parents out there, a device which not only blocks ads during the children's program, but replaces them with educational material. Here's his pitch.
So my name is Vijay and I am the founder of Study Bros Edutry, which is the world's first TV ad replacer company. So when I say world's first, that it is actually our product, like our product, nothing like it exists in the entire world. So what we do, so we have a patent pending innovative technology called Edutry, which you need to connect with your television set. Once you connect it with your television set, it can actually replace your television advertisement with the educational content. Now, why it is important? Let me ask you. So as a parent, if you see somebody coming at your home and teaching your kids all kind of bad things like violence, sexual content, or teaching your kids to fight with each other, what will you do? Probably you will kick him out, right? Am I right? Sure. So,
which ads have you been watching, Vijay?
Sure.
Okay, basically this is an ad blocker. He has a product which is an ad blocker.
We are not ad blocker. We are just replacing the ads with the educational positive content. We are not an ad blocker. So ads are actually playing on this as it is on the TV channel. We just replace the screen with our device so it can play the positive educational content rather than those repetitive, boring ads.
And how much does this device cost? I assume that your key market would be parents who want to make sure that their children don't watch too many advertisements and watch some educational content instead.
So when I say it replaces ads with the education, so we are definitely targeting the K-12 educational group right now and the parents. But it is not just about replacing ads. The effect which ads and the television content brings on the minds of the masses as well as on the kids. So kids are very vulnerable. You teach them something, you show them something, they are very vulnerable. They have those kind of effects, and they affect their educational life, personal life, social life, everything. So it's not just about replacing ads, but it's about spreading positivity rather than negativity. So
how much does this device cost?
Sure. So the device costs you right now 15,800, but we are running a promotional offer right now, so it might cost you 9,400 around.
How many devices have you sold, Vijay?
So we have a pre-orders of around 1,025 orders, and we are currently in the manufacturing stage of those devices.
It's biodegradable, it's environment friendly, and it gives a source of livelihood to banana plantation workers. This product that we're talking about is a biodegradable sanitary napkin, and we spoke to the founder of Sathi, who has created it.
I'm one of the co-founders of Sathi. It started by 3 women and a man. We have made world's first biodegradable sanitary napkin, not just biodegradable but natural, from banana fiber. So the product is chemical free, it's 100% compostable and biodegradable. Generally, sanitary napkins stand out there in the landfills for more than 500 years because 90% of them are made out of plastic, while this is made out of plant-based materials and banana fiber, which is agro waste. When you throw this out in landfill or you compost it, it takes 3 to 6 months to biodegrade and completely convert into biomass. Why we are doing this thing? Because 86% of women in India are not still able to get the access to something which is of necessity. If I'm a man, I need a razor every day to shave. A woman needs every month this thing. Periods are something which men do not feel comfortable talking about. India have a religious taboo, cultural taboo, and all other things. While we are trying to solve with a multi-layer impact, not just the taboo, but access to the product. And what we are doing is having a circular economy in mind, where we help the banana farmers to process the material for us, so they get an extra income out of it. And what we do is sell it at a premium cost in urban areas, where we work closely with NGOs to subsidize these things to rural areas where women can afford it.
Okay, so tell me about how it compares with what is in the market right now, cost-wise, and have you done any studies where women can talk about the experience?
Yes. So when we started with a close group of 600 women, where we were testing these products. We eliminated those who were liking it from the initials. We went till 100 women who were not at all satisfied with the product. And we tested with all those 100 women and found out finally when they liked it, when we reached our minimum viable product and started selling in rural and urban both. If you talk about the study, we have done it on these 600 women. The user testing has been done and the data has been generated. The difference between the existing one and this one is, existing one will give you rashes because of the chemical content inside it. Bleach is there, super absorbent polymer is there. While this won't give you, because it's 100% natural banana fiber, without bleach, without super absorbent polymer, and as absorbent as those which are existing in the market.
How does it compare cost-wise?
If you talk about, there are 3 segments in the market as of now, where one are government subsidized, low quality, not even up to the standard, 1 to 2 rupees. Second is commercial, 12 to 18 rupees. I'm not going to take the names of the companies, but you know, big players in the market. Third exists, which are imported to India, 35 to 45 rupees, which are calling themselves organic, bionic, while what they are doing is just replacing the top layer with cotton, while still using the plastic and bleached wood pulp. While we are at comparatively priced at 20 rupees per pet, near to the commercial pet, to beat down those premium class and beat down those which contains chemicals.
Well, one common feature in all of the entrepreneurs we spoke to, especially those from India, was creating low-cost options to whatever was available in the market. And herein comes our next innovator, someone who has created a 5D machine available at the fraction of a cost of his Chinese counterpart.
This is the world's first hybrid manufacturing machine. So it's capable of both subtractive manufacturing and 3D printing as well. But 3D printing in a new manner, which is happening on 5 different axes. And we are the first Indian company to have won the CES Best of Innovation Awards just for this machine. So the applications of this can be in the wearable electronics market, the aviation sector, the aerospace industry, the automobile industry, the medical industry.
So this is a 3D printer?
It is a 5D printer is what we have called it, and that's also by the name of which we filed our patents, because the regular 3D printers operate only on 3 axes, and that restricts a lot of capabilities of the machine. Whereas this machine does not restrict any designer's thought flow on what he wants to make or how he wants to make it.
So what's the next big thing coming out of your innovation, and what are you expecting from GES?
So from GES, I'm stoked to meet different kinds of entrepreneurs from across the world. Hopefully sign on a couple of distributors in different parts of the country. The next big thing for us is being present at the Consumer Electronics Show in Vegas in January. And over there as well, we'll be showcasing this product. And we're also launching another 5-axis machine in a couple of months from now. So we hope that's a new big thing, because that's going to redefine the manufacturing industry. Because this machine that you see right now, at this scale, anything in the industry which is comparable is at least the size of this entire platform. We've shrunk the machine to such a small size over a year of hard work.
Cost-wise, how does it compare to what is in the market?
It's at least 40% lesser, 40 to 60% lesser than whatever you get in the market. So any 5-axis machine you see in the market right now starts from, the Chinese machine started somewhere around 40 lakhs, and the better ones go up all the way up to 2 crores. And we are pricing ours at roughly around 15 lakhs.